Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Again, I know it's been a while, but again I've had work, school, everything, the works, you know it. However, I'm trying to upload as frequently as possible. I know it's been a while since my last upload, but I will be trying to upload as much as I can. Again, I have school, I have to work 20 hours a week as well, so I have a lot on my plate if you can't tell. Now, in this video today, we're going to be discussing how accurate my election actually was, my election prediction that is, and we will be using for this my most recent election prediction, which was Joe Biden versus Donald Trump 2020 presidential election prediction, which was uploaded on the 28th of October 2020. And this is my election prediction. I got the video up just so I can make sure it's accurate, but it's also here. This was my prediction, 290 to 248. And I was shocked, to say the least, when I was looking at this and I was looking at the election unfold. I was shocked to see the electoral map that actually came about is, well, very, very similar to mine. I got every single state bang on right, Nebraska second, Maine second district bang on right, except from Georgia. And realistically, I think I could be forgiven for Georgia. I don't think anyone really expected it to go blue. I don't think even Democrats really expected it to go blue. It was a surprise to everyone. I did see Joe Biden won the recount there. That's another reason I started doing it, is because I didn't want Trump to find voter fraud. That I don't think is happening, but in case something comes up, I wanted to make sure that I didn't say, "Oh, look, this is the map," but it isn't. So this was my prediction, and the only state that is different is Georgia, which I'll put in a likely colour, and it doesn't actually affect the election in any way. Georgia going blue or not. The only significance it has is that state hasn't gone blue for a very, very long time, and now it has. It will probably keep that trend, I can only assume. But I would guess that it would, to be honest, because it's been trending blue for a while now, and it's suddenly gone blue. I'm sure Texas will only be a couple elections behind, and it will be there. So yeah, my election predictions were, believe it or not, pretty accurate, and for a 16-year-old in Britain, it's not exactly too shabby. Thank you guys so much for the support recently, by the way, on my videos, or the new subscribers. It's much appreciated. Whenever I do get a subscriber or I get a video with lots of views, it does motivate me to upload more videos. So I will be uploading more with the more support I get. It's just obviously right now I can't exactly do that because of school and work. But again, thank you guys so much for the support. We got over 1,000 views on one of my videos. It really does mean a lot, so thank you guys for that. If you go into my channel, it was this video here, over 1,000 views on my political machine video. Again, thank you guys so much for that. It really does mean a lot to me. Now, moving on. So this is my map based on this, and on the face of it, it looks pretty good. Obviously Georgia was red. Now, obviously a really important thing is margins, because margins in the election,
everyone,
sorry about this,
back.
mute that, is pretty crucial. And this was what I had. These were my margins for the election. I will go through the likely states pretty quickly that I labelled. Texas, I was correct in that Texas would be likely. It did go by 6%. Mississippi, I said would be likely. What did Mississippi go by? About 16%, so I was wrong with Mississippi. Mississippi was actually safe. South Carolina, I did likely as well. It went by 12, so that was correct. My South Carolina one was correct. Indiana, I don't think I was quite correct on Indiana. I was just trying to breeze through these ones quickly. Yeah, I wasn't correct on Louisiana. And the final one is Alaska, which I believe has been called now. And I am correct in Alaska. It only went by 10%, which is actually surprising. 99% reported. Joe Jorgensen, 2.5% of the vote. Fair enough. It's short states. So yeah, those are the likely states. I did get my margins wrong for most of them, but they were pretty solid states anyway. They weren't like swing states, bar Texas. They were pretty solid Republican states anyway. It just sort of, I was saying how they were going to be mildly more competitive than, say, Wyoming, which they were to a degree, but not at the extent I stated. Alaska, I have been surprised to see it go. I don't want to say it's trending to the left, but it's definitely it's slowly in that direction, I guess. But I'm not saying it's trending to the left because by no means is it actually. Now, for Ohio and Iowa, my margins were pretty wrong. They both went by likely margins rather than the tilt and the lean. I overestimated Joe Biden's support in those states. Trump did surprisingly well with his voter bases from those states and retained them very well. And Ohio did break its streak of going with the president every single election, which is a shame because traditions like that are pretty cool. However, they have been broken. Now, in contrary, however, in a state like Minnesota, I actually underestimated Joe Biden's support in the state. I predicted a lean margin, it went by 7%. That surprised me. So I am underestimating them, but my general prediction, which was this electoral map, was correct. It's bar Georgia. Michigan and Wisconsin. Wisconsin was actually the closest out of the states. Of the Rust Belt states, I did actually say this in my previous one, which I actually gave it to Trump in. I do regret doing that in my one before last. I didn't think Trump really had a chance in it. He was leading for a while and then was a little bit of a sketchy spike up, but it's pretty normal. He ended up, this was the closest one, only 20,000 votes, and it was 0.7%. Michigan was above 2%, and Pennsylvania was above 1%. So I did get these sort of mixed round. Pennsylvania was just out of tilt. Michigan was pretty significantly into lean, and Wisconsin was tilt as well. So I wasn't too far off with my margins. They were just sort of the wrong way around. Just with Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, and the Rust Belt is correct. New Hampshire, I said lean. I again underestimated Joe Biden's support here. It was lean at the end of the day, but he definitely did better than I expected. I thought it was going to be on he did likely, sorry. I expected it to be closer than that, but 7%, fair play to Joe Biden. Again, underestimated his support. That's completely on me. I will admit when I'm wrong, and I am wrong sometimes. I am only human. However, as I said, my general gist of the election was correct. Now, another surprising state actually was North Carolina. Democrats were anticipated to do quite well in North Carolina. I know Let's Talk Election had Joe Biden winning the state, and I'm pretty sure Red Eagle Politics had it lean for Trump, so I guess he gets a point there. However, it went by a pretty significant margin, 1.4%, and on the Senate level as well, they didn't do as well as Democrats had hoped at all in North Carolina. It really wasn't great for the Democrats in the Senate generally. They really should have picked up more seats. They really should have done better in Maine. They really should have done better in Iowa. They should have done better in Montana. They should have done better in North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm not saying they'd win South Carolina, but they needed to do better there. But North Carolina in particular, I really thought Cal Cunningham would win. Iowa, I really thought Theresa Greenfield was going to be like within 1% of it. And I really did think Sarah Gideon would win the Senate, but she lost by 9%. But this is for another video. It's really surprising, the Senate. And I'm just saying, if they were going to rig an election, guys, they'd also rig the Senate. They didn't rig the election. That's all I'm saying, from my unbiased as possible point of view. So, moving on. So we did North Carolina. Florida. Florida shocked the world. Well, not the world, but it certainly shocked me with just simply how red it became. I know Trump made it his home state, and that definitely must have had a little boost there. But Biden's lack of Latino support in comparison to a candidate like Bernie Sanders has absolutely failed him, especially in places like Miami. He lost by about 3%, give or take, and that is very significant in the state of Florida, because it's looking to gain electoral votes up to 31. It's already on 29. It's a huge state, and if you're losing it by such big margins, such a big swing state, it's not looking good. And the Democrats better hope, I don't think it is, but they better hope that it's not trending to the right with more Trump-like candidates. If they can do that and somehow trend Florida to the right. I don't think they will, but it's a possibility. then Democrats need to be worried because it's meant to be a key swing state, and I don't know what margins Obama won it by, but 3% is very significant for the state. And it's really surprising because states such as Ohio, he did amazing in. Iowa, amazing in. Florida, amazing in. He won them by such big margins. As you go to Michigan, lost them. Wisconsin, lost. Arizona, lost. And that actually comes on to my next one. Arizona, I did tilt for Biden. That was 100% accurate. It was 0.3%. I'm pretty sure I said that as well. About Arizona, I won't look here for it in the video, but I'm pretty sure I said that about Arizona, which I'm pretty proud of. But Arizona shocked the world as well. They did call it a bit too early, AP and Fox News, but even so, it did go in the end, so I guess they're alright. Nevada went by 3%. I had it going by a likely margin. I guess the polls actually overestimated Democrats in this one, but yeah, it's definitely fair to say that the polls were fairly accurate. They did predict pretty much this, and I think 538 did have Joe Biden up in Georgia, the only outlier being Florida. They were a lot more accurate this time. However, I must say that the margin-wise, they had the Rust Belt going to Biden by a lot more. I'm pretty sure Wisconsin was 8%. So they're still overestimating Democrats, but at least they overestimated them so much that they actually ended up winning still. So if you're a Democrat, that's a plus for you guys. Just looking around because the electoral map is very interesting from a out person's perspective. But yeah, the electoral map and this election was pretty conclusive. It's the same margin as 2016, which is ironic, like very ironic. And honestly, it's hilarious in my view. Now, yeah, so that'll be the end of this video. Overall, my prediction was almost 100% right. I didn't predict Georgia. I don't think anyone would have predicted Georgia. I don't know if Let's Talk Elections did. I don't think he even did. Which goes to show how unlikely they thought it would be. Georgia is meant to be a Republican state, and I guess Stacey Abrams had a massive impact in that, getting voters registered. In Arizona, there was a group that got Biden the win pretty much, and yeah, it's small things like that that win you elections, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I will be uploading in the foreseeable future. Probably in a week. That's how I usually do these. It's like one video a week at the moment. I'll definitely up that if support continues to grow. But yeah, this is my election, and this is how accurate I was, which was, I have to say, pretty accurate. Not to toot my own horn. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and goodbye.